everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another fabulous speed build. Today I am building in the world of Delso Valley, which is the world that came with The Sims 4 Get Famous expansion pack, and is arguably one of my least favorite worlds because the lighting is kind of iffy and the lots are really large, and that's kind of what brought us to this video today, which, if you looked at the title of the video before you clicked it, I know most of you probably just saw my beautiful face and were like, yep, we're watching that. But I'm actually building 3 houses on this lot today and making kind of like a suburban neighborhood. Not a full neighborhood. I love watching those videos though, so I want to do one soon when people do like a 64 by 64 lot and build like 8 or 9 suburban houses. That sounds really fun. But I do have a full-time job and a part-time job and two small children. They're over here. They are very tired because we went on a really long walk before Mom sat down to yap at no one. So I have to find some time to do that, but I'm hoping I do. But we do end up putting 3 homes on this lot total, and I put a little backstory into kind of all of them, which I thought was fun. This is the first home, and it's also the biggest home out of all of them. The house that we just finished building the outside of ends up being a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. They're all essentially family homes, and then this one we're doing right now ends up being a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, which I imagine might be for like a younger couple, and we're going to get more into like their backstory, if you will, in a second. And then the third house we're going to start working on pretty shortly is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, but I decorated it as a 1-bedroom with an office because I imagined that there was like a fun little love guru who lived there. At first I was going to put a kindergarten teacher there. I don't know why. I just wanted to make something like super colorful, and that's I guess how I imagine all kindergarten teachers, because that's how my kindergarten teacher was. She was like really fun. And also everyone I know who teaches like smaller children, they're very like pastel and fun and just like multicolored, and they look like joy and happiness in a person. Anyway, I ended up making it a Love Guru's house because you guys know what pink does to me. I get so excited when I see pink swatches, and I was going absolutely crazy. We were working on the exterior of the farmhouse again, so I made more of like a Spanish inspired kind of home, and the wallpaper I used is actually from one of the newer kits we just got, and the name is like eluding me so terribly. The Courtyard Oasis kit, I believe, is what it's called. And then I used the red tile from Snowy Escape and paired it with the new Love Struck windows, and I actually really like how this came out. A lot of you know this is not like my typical style, and I sometimes struggle to kind of branch out and make things that actually look presentable, but I thought this came out really cute. The floor plan looked really adorable. There's like a really nice upstairs balcony. There's 2 bedrooms upstairs with a bathroom, and then there's a primary bedroom and a primary downstairs bathroom as well. So it's a really nice size house. And then I actually uploaded this entire lot on my gallery as a shell. So when I do that, I've been trying to be really good about it because I am here for the people who only like to decorate, because I get it. I see you. I am you. I only like to build so many exteriors and landscapes so much because I make content, and I just like to decorate pretty things, okay? Okay. Anyway, sorry about my little tangent. You guys know how I feel about decorating though. I love it. So when I upload shells to my gallery, and there's quite a few on there at this point, I always upload with obviously the full exterior built, the floor plan done, and typically all of the landscaping as well as like the exterior painting. Sometimes the interior painting, but never like in depth. It's more like I put plain white paint all over, just so if you wanted to decorate you didn't have to look at the like the stucco that comes with it. And then in the middle, this house ends up being kind of like a makeshift blue suburban. You'll see when we get more into it and we do the windows and stuff, but I used that really pretty pearly white siding from Growing Together and paired it with the matching windows that come in the white swatch that has the blue on the inside of the windows, and I thought it just came out so stinking cute because it's like a subtly blue suburban, and it's also definitely like more of my preferred style. If you've seen me build for a while, I love me a suburban build. I am a basic Sims girly, and I don't care. No one's gonna hurt my feelings. I actually think I cut out the exterior of the last house because it kind of took me a while because it was not coming together. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I wanted all the houses to be a different style, and I couldn't decide on a style. And eventually it does come together, but I think it took a horribly long time. As you can see, we're getting into the paint on that middle house, and we're just going. I thought it would be like a fun idea if you were to play with this lot. You could obviously play with it without for rent, but I made it with the intention of it being a rental like lot, so you could have multiple families live in these houses. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I would like the idea that if you, like, let's say you're playing like a Legacy and your next Legacy Sims sister moves out, or their cousins need somewhere to live, you could all live here and kind of interact as a family, which I think is like one of the better parts of For Rent. I do think there's a lot that like I don't like about For Rent, or I don't necessarily love, just because personal preference, the fact that I know everything, you know, the fact that it's $40, the fact that there's a lot of things that go into it, if I'm being honest. But I do like that aspect of the rental units that allow you to keep a tab on your sim, because there's nothing more devastating. Like, I know I've sort of kind of taken a pause. I'm so sorry. I took a little bit of pause on my Legacy kind of challenge that I've been playing. I'm playing a short lifespan Legacy challenge on this channel that I used to upload every Friday, and there's a lot that's going to go into that, but we're not done yet. Anyways, if you watch that Legacy, my next founder sim has a sister, Eleanor, who I loved her. I still think about her. I still check in on her household like pretty frequently because I loved her so much. And then I actually killed her husband because they woohooed to death, but honestly she didn't really care because she's a star. She's an actress. Anyway, so I wish For Rent would have been out before I had moved her out somewhere else, so they could have like lived in a townhome together and I could still like seen her around. And then, you know, Neighborhood Stories came for her, and I'm still not over it. Neighborhood Stories came for that entire family because while we're talking about it, I haven't brought this up in a while, and I had to miss my therapy appointment last week, so let's bring it up right now. My original Legacy founder and her wife, the two of them, they died. The wife I may have unalived on purpose, but I immediately felt regret. It happens. And as for my Legacy founder, she was trying to be sneaky because she like was dating her ghost ex that we unalived, and we had gotten engaged, and then her boyfriend, who was her OG baby daddy, also like glitched out and like asked us to marry him. So we were like, let's see if we can do this. I want to see if I could essentially like cheat the game into having like a sister wives situation. I'm sorry, as I say this out loud, I'm realizing that I need some professional guidance. But yeah, I was trying to be sneaky. Anyway, my Legacy founder turned into a vampire at some point. That's also relevant. So we are at the gym, we're on a date, and we're like, fuck it, like let's just see if we can get married and like be sister wives. And in the middle of them like having an elopement outside of the gym in San Myshuno, my founder sim burned alive because she's a vampire, and then they were both dead for a while. But I brought them both back to life. Like, I worked my tail off finding angelfish and like just trying to create life again. And so I finally get them back to life, but now their children are like grown. I mean like the same age kind of grown. So I moved them out. I was like, you know what, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy. I've got like 85 kids in this house. I got ghosts, I got everything. And so I set them free. I said, you know what, I've tormented you enough. And I was checking on Eleanor, and I was like, let's go check on Mom. I go into their household. I like built them a cute little grandma cottage for their retirement, even though they weren't even elderly when they moved out. And I show up in their house, and there are four babies. They're all the same age. No one told me, like the Neighborhood Stories didn't tell me that they were pregnant, that they were having a baby. And then when you click on them, it wasn't like, I was thinking, oh, maybe they had a science baby. Nope. I don't really know what happened, but it was a huge glitch, and the family tree was not reading that the kids were related to my mom. So basically my grown children had quadruplet siblings that may or may not have been adopted or science babied into the world or something. Maybe there was cheating. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. The game really done did me bad. So then I go back in my OG household just to find out that my next gen legacy sim, who's already got 4 kids, is pregnant. Neighborhood Stories done got me 3 freaking times. And then on top of that, the reason you haven't seen me in a while playing that challenge is when I went to close out my game, it like completely froze and shut down, and when I went back in, like the whole save file was kind of corrupted, so I had to make a copy of it, and I'm still trying to save it. I might have to recover an older save file. I just don't know how old that save file will be, because I used to record those episodes back to back sometimes, because I work 75 hours a week, and I stream, and I upload on YouTube 3 times a week, so like I'm a pretty busy girl, so if I have time to film, I'm filming. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Sometimes if it seems like I don't have a lot to talk about in my speed builds or when I'm yapping, it's probably because I am uploading, or I'm recording like my 4th voiceover of the day, and nothing interesting has happened in my life thus far, therefore I literally don't know what to talk about, and that's like a really awesome challenge to have. Very grateful, love what I do. But yeah, I'm guilty of going, alright guys, see you next time, bye, drink your water, boop, and like ending, and then like walking back there, changing my shirt, maybe I'll add like eyeliner, so like I'm really selling the bit, and I'll sit down and be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You now know all my deepest, darkest secrets. Not all of them, but I'm sure the rest of them will come up. As I told you, I run out of things to talk about all the time, so I'm like, let's just drop that little piece of tea about myself. As I'm doing this though, because I am sitting down and having a little film day, which I'm really excited to do. I have not had time to do this in a minute. That's not true. Sometimes I don't have energy, and I try really hard not to bring my negativity into my happy place. This is my happy little bubble. And I've been having a lot of anxiety lately, and it's been kind of really awful, but this is really helping me. And you know what else is helping me? The matcha I ordered. I have a matcha OT dub to my house, and if you watch my last video of that mansion I built for my Dramatic Cowboys, then you know that those matcha milk teas have a absolute chokehold on me. They are so delicious. If that could be part of my last meal, it would be. Like, Death Row does not want me, because my last meal would be so intricate and so well thought out and probably kind of expensive that they'd be like, you are just not worth it. I'm also afraid of being in jail. Like, I was on TikTok, because obviously I was on TikTok, and I was watching one of those videos from like, it was like moments in pop culture I think about all the time, and there was this girl who was on the Scared Straight show, and she's like looking at all the prisoners, and she's like, gang, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I would be so scared, not necessarily of the prisoners, but like, I'm afraid of breaking the rules. I remember one time, speaking of kindergarten again, there was this girl in my class. I don't know how to explain this without sounding rude, so I don't want to sound rude. So take what I say with a grain of salt, and know that I am trying to have as much empathy as I possibly can. But there was a girl, she came like the middle of the year. I do remember her very vividly. We ended up being really good friends, but I was like a really mature, empathetic 6-year-old. Rock on. But basically, I don't know all the details because I was 6, and this was like 18 years ago almost, but there was like a kind of bad situation going on, and she was like living with her grandma at the time. Her grandma was really sweet. We used to go like hang out together, like go on play dates, but like they sat her next to me and were trying to like get her to talk, because she was essentially like would not say anything. Like she could talk, but something happened, I don't know, it was honestly like really heavy, like as an adult when I think about it, but we became friends. She didn't really talk to me very much. She did talk to me sometimes, like eventually by the end of the year we did talk at our play dates. Not a lot, not like I do now, but we talked. But we were like having our nap time or whatever, and she like laid like across from me, like we just like laid in the classroom. And she was doing this thing like with her legs, and like she looked like kind of like a cockroach if you flip them upside down, and she was trying to make me laugh. So I like laughed, but our teacher was like, shh. So I was like, okay. And so I tried to like roll over, like, okay, I'm not dealing with this, I'm not dealing with this. And then like, I don't know what happened. I don't really know how it escalated, because that's not really important. But long story short, this girl ends up getting me in trouble again, and the teacher made us turn both of our cards. I was so beyond devastated. That's the only time in my life I've ever had to turn my card from green to yellow. And when I tell you, I'm obviously still not over it. That's, I think, very apparent. But I think about it all the time, and I really think that that's a great indicator for how I feel as an adult when it comes to fearing authority and being in trouble. So, like, I just absolutely know there's no way I can handle prison. The way that I have a deep, deep desire, both consciously and subconsciously, to make other people like me, and am a people pleaser, and am afraid of authority, and I don't like getting yelled at. What am I to do? What am I to do? Like, I'm from a small town, so there's I know a lot of people who join the military, and I know a lot of people who wanted to join the military. Like, that's always what they wanted to do. And I know people who were like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, so I'm joining the military. It's like, good on you, like, cool. That was never an option for me because there is no way that I could be yelled at like that and not cry. Like, I would just cry all the time. It would be so embarrassing. So that was not an option for me, not a viable one at least. Granted, I am good at following instructions and I have fantastic posture, but the yelling thing, yeah, no, I just don't think that would work for me. Yeah. As you can see, we are finishing up our little entryway in the second house that we are doing, and my whole lore for this house is that it belongs to a couple, and I imagine that this couple, maybe, like, they were childhood sweethearts and they were teen parents, so I decorated this house for it's 2 bedrooms. It's the primary bedroom and then a shared bedroom, and the shared bedroom is for an infant and a toddler, so I'm imagining that they're, like, freshly young adults, but they've really, like, worked hard to get where they're at, and they were able to buy this house, and although it's not necessarily big enough for their family, they live in, like, a really great school district, they have good neighbors, there's good parks, good restaurants. They were like, no, we're gonna sacrifice space for lifestyle, which is kind of valid because that's kind of what I did, like, where I live now as opposed to where I used to live. Granted, it is just me and the dogs, but the dogs, they have like 9 million toys. I honestly, if it wouldn't derail my entire system, I would take this camera out and, show you the massive toy basket that they have, because it would blow your mind. But just understand, I work a lot, and my children deserve the best. They're still there. They're still sleeping. Hello, sweeties! They're really tired. We went on, like, a really, really long walk because I had to work, and it's been raining so much. I live in Florida. And it's been raining so stinking much that even when it's not raining, they can't go to the DOGPARK. Can't let them know. They get really excited. Because it's muddy, and Peach, specifically Peach, the one with the spots, not the white one. Peach likes to roll in the mud, and she also is, like, a natural born leader, obviously, and frequently has managed to convince other dogs at the dog park to frolic in the mud as well, so sometimes we aren't very popular when we go there. I get it. We are up in our upstairs bedroom. This primary bedroom ends up being so small and very blue, but again, this is for our young couple and their 2 kids, and my favorite part about this house ends up being actually the layout, just because I like how small and intimate it is. I like a little bit of a smaller Sims house, even though I have the tendency to make ginormous houses. I've been working on it, though, and I think I've really improved. And other than the floor plan and the flow of it is the backyard. There's, like, a grill area, an outdoor dining area, there's some gardening stuff, and a sandbox, which I think is, like, so cute. And for those of you who did not know, if you have island living, the sand, that, like, the terrain paint sand is actually, like, playable so long as you have island living. Like, your Sims can, like, make sandcastles in it and whatever else. I don't play with a lot of sandboxes in my house. I don't play a lot of Sims, period, because I build so much and I don't have a lot of time. But don't worry, I have something coming. I have something coming for you guys. I spent a lot of time the other day downloading some mods, and I'm really excited to play with them because I don't play with a lot of mods or custom content for 2 different reasons. I don't play with a lot of mods because I am happy being a vanilla bitch. I'm totally happy, like, playing the same storyline, getting bored, starting a new save file, and just rinse and repeat. I find great joy with my virtual dollhouse. That might be a hot take, but at least it's honest. As for the custom content, I don't play with a lot of custom content because custom content is so good. So fucking good. I just know I would not be able to handle CC shopping because I would get everything. I would spend more time CC shopping than I would actually playing, because one thing that's true about me, back to my adolescence one more time, but when I was a little girl, I was really into Littlest Pet Shops and Polly Pockets because I have great taste. And I used to meticulously set up like whole towns from one end of my bedroom to the other. It would take me hours to set up. I'd get up at like 6 a.m. because I was an early riser, and I would hit the power button on my big block TV that I could hardly reach. I was really short, really small kid, and I would just start playing. I would, in my program, my TV was pretty much preset to Disney, and that's because I only knew the channels for Disney and Nickelodeon, but I didn't really know how to work the remote at the time. So if I wanted Nickelodeon, I would try it, but then I would rest on my TV. Anyway, I would set up my town, and probably about 2 o'clock I'd be done. And I would eat my lunch, and I would have my snack, and then maybe play for a little bit. But I pretty much played the same way I play The Sims. I would spend hours building and not really play. So, if I could CC shop, I would be... I have no impulse control. That's really what it comes down to. So, yeah. Not a lot of CC for me, but I do love watching CC creators on TikTok. There are some really great creators that I follow who do like little like shorts and like machinima kind of things. Like Dumpling Sims. I love her. Love her stuff. Like her videos make me feel like calm. I don't know. And it's just like pretty CC, pretty calming music, and like Sims cooking. There's this one girl, I'm trying to remember what her TikTok handle is. It's bothering me. But she does like, there's this one video. This is like what put me on her page. It was this video of a kitchen basically, and like one family, and like it was just like a still of the kitchen, but different points of their lives, like when they first had their baby and like holidays, and I was like, why am I crying? But granted, I cry over TikTok videos once a day. Minimum. Bare freaking minimum. Anyway, we have made it into our third and final house, and I yapped through like half of it, but you know, that's why at least one of you was here, to listen to me talk endlessly. Thank you for that, by the way. But I decided that this house would be for a romance guru, and I lost all types of subtlety. At first, I was like, we're gonna go for subtle, like very playable. And then I got to this one, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, we're doing pink. But you can tell the difference between this house and the other homes, because this house I actually finished on stream. Shout out to you if you were there. Thanks for that. But no one eggs you on the way that a chat will. If I say something that I think is a little edgy, a little crazy, chat is matching it tenfold, and that is truly what I love about streaming. I was just having this bar cart I thought was fucking genius, and they were like, add the little woohoo light sign. They were like commenting. I was like, you guys are the fucking best friends I've ever had in my life. So I thought it was like a fun little girly wine cart moment that I custom placed all these nectar bottles from. I put some candles. I added like a little friend photo. Because if you've ever been to a college girl's apartment, 9 times out of 10, and I'm saying this because every girl's college apartment I've been to, including my own, I have a bar cart as well, one of the first things that is bought is the bar cart. I don't know why. This is just how it is. But this is our office. This is one of my favorite rooms in the entire house. It came out so stinking cute. And I love that chair from high school years, and all the pink elements, they were one after the other. They were complete bangers. I loved it. I put some qualifications on the wall, including the Romance Guru certificate that came with high school years. I hope it didn't come with high school years. They came with Lovestruck. And I even put these like little herbal pieces on there because I just wanted to like fill up the wall essentially, which I did do, but I was like, maybe she's into like holistic practices, you know, like, yep, that makes sense. Chat agreed with it though, so like that's what I'm saying is sometimes the delusional energy is only matched by chat, and then I have to answer for it when I put it on YouTube, and I'm like, I wonder what I was thinking, and I was like, I probably just said the first thing that popped into my brain, which I typically do, but then chat was like, no, that's actually a great fucking idea, and then dropped a different banger to put on top of it. I was like, we're literal geniuses. We're literal geniuses. So shout out to you if you were there. We're getting into our primary bedroom right now. And I had to unfortunately push the full-size bed all the way into the corner, which I don't prefer to do. But this is a single gal. This is a single gal who knows everything that there is to know about relationships and love. So maybe her room is like feng shuied or something. And that's just how she decided to do it. I thought it came out really cute. I just wish the room had been a little bigger so I could have centered things. That's just a personal preference. But your Sims can scoot. It's fully functional. Like, we're good in the hood, I promise. But we've been zipping around a lot, and I want to show you guys like the backyards. So we're going to jump in game for a live tour right now. Okay, team, we have made it, and I know you're thinking, why does your game look like this? I spent several hours trying to download Gshade the other day, and I did do it. I am going to turn it off, but I wanted you guys to see it because I wanted someone to be proud of my handiwork. But this is the house, or we can leave it on. It just looks so good. Ugh, love it. Anyway, but this is the final house, and she is a gorgeous girl. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, okay. Let me show you guys the little backyard, do a little 360 moment. So over here we have the back, and the whole thing, it just looks really cute in my opinion. Again, I am the one who built it though, so biased, but whatever. Let's start over here with this house. Actually, I'm going to give you guys like a full top down of all the houses. I'm going to turn my grid on just so you guys can see the floor plans if you wanted. These are the first two, and then we have our bottom two over here. When you come into the first house, you have this cute little like front porch area. I love these lights from Lovestruck. Used a lot of Lovestruck, a lot of base game, and a lot of debug items actually with the cars, a lot of the plants in here. And I used this fence from City Living, which I thought was cute to add a little bit more color than just the orange and brown. But you come in here and you have a nice little entryway, which is so adorbs. We have like, oop, what did I press? Oops. You have a nice little entryway and a piano area, which is really fun. It's hard to fit a piano in builds, but I've been trying to do it more because they're just huge items. Then we have our primary bedroom, which is so colorful and like fun. I just like all the fun colors mixed with the rich brown tone, so it still feels light and bright. Then we have our bathroom, of course, and then you come in through this little archway right into a kitchen, and I actually used some tile in the floors. I didn't want to break up the floor plan even more, which is normally what I do if I have different flooring in the kitchen, but the house is really tiny, but it's got a great flow. It's very much still playable. I made like a little makeshift sofa with these fun little login event pillows and some clutter items. I used 2 of these to make a TV console because it just matched the vibes, right? I thought. And then you go upstairs and you have a teeny tiny little landing, but what else do you need? And you have an upstairs bathroom with double sinks, and then we have a bedroom right here, which is cute in blue, and then we have another children's room right over here, and this bed is actually from Island Living, but I love the oranges in it. I have a hard time using orange because I just don't fucking like it, but then we have a little kind of entertainment patio area, which is so adorbs, and a telescope. I actually think there's a telescope in every single one of these houses, so that's the first one. Then if you come downstairs, you have another little like entertaining area. I didn't clutter this space up too much because this is the real showstopper, this pool, and like a little entertainment area. Lots of bushes, lots of greenery, but that's kind of this whole house. Then you come over here to our little subtle blue Suburban, and this is what I was talking about with the windows, and you can see it's kind of got like this blue trim on the inside that I thought was really nice and a little bit different, a little way to spice up a blue Suburban. I know, I'm over here, I'm like, I'm a fucking genius because I use like plain blue and white windows. Like, I've never done that before, but whatever. And we have a nice little driveway with the brick to match the brick on the columns, and of course, is it really a Sims build without a chess table? Then you come on into the house and we have a lovely formal entryway right here with some clutter. You know, there's just some kids trying to make it in the world. Some like little like arts and crafts area. Then we have our formal kitchen right over here. And I love this space. I'm not one for like a really closed off area, but I thought this was fun. You just know this place is cramped though. Like, only one person in here at a time or it's gonna be a battle. Then we have our living room, which has got a lot of fun colors. At first I was going for like a really cool beige and white area, and I was like, these are people who have 2 kids, arguably under 5. They're young adults, they probably work a lot, so I was like, no, we gotta get some more color. Then we have our little dining area over here. Love the floor plan in this one. And then you go upstairs. It's very cramped up here, but you have the shared children's room right here. What is this weird shadow? Is it because it's... Normally if you size down the dollhouse, that must just be because the dollhouse is sized down. Do you see that? Weird. None of the other ones do that. But it's like fun and very neutral in here, but it's like farm animals. Okay, this is off-centered, so I need to fix that or I'm gonna freak out. Then we have the one bathroom in this house. Very nice. I did not put a toddler party in here because I didn't think I could fit it. So if you download this house and you play in it, that is a you problem. And then we have our primary bedroom, also very plain because, again, very small, but we tried our best. Then we're going to go downstairs and bam, Calescope number 2 beholds us. Like a fun little sitting area. And this is my favorite backyard, I think. There's just like weird little elements I really like in this house. So you have a little toddler pool over here with a really cute outdoor entertainment space. And this thing that you see is actually from the Lovestruck debug menu. It's like a little shade. I put some fun chairs here. And then, of course, our showstopper, the heart of my heart, is our sandcastle, or sandbox. But that is pretty much the end of it for this house. It's a 2-1, and it's adorbs. Last but not least, we have our Queen of Queens, our pink, beautiful house. And I am obsessed with the way this came out. I like all the wildflowers. I put this pink mailbox in from Seasons, and I put it here. I was like, I'm a fucking genius. No one has ever been a greater Sims builder than me. Granted, I understand I am mediocre most of the time when it comes to building, but I try. I forgot to do this bathroom apparently, so I will do that before I put it on the gallery, but there is a bathroom right here. And we have our little entryway. Then over here we have our primary bedroom, which is so cute. I had a lot of fun getting to pair these curtains from Paranormal Stuff with some of the more rich colors. I think it matches the swatch on the Lovestruck bed really, really well. And I tied it together with this rug from Strangerville, which, not gonna lie, kind of ate. Sorry. Then over here we have a little dining area. You probably could put a bigger dining table in here, but I just like the way this felt better. I'm really big into walking paths with the Sims so they don't have a bunch of issues. And we have our kitchen. Oh, where's my tile? Where's my tile? Okay, went ahead and fixed that. Like, there was tile because I put these columns here, so I know I put tile there. I don't know what happened. Maybe I thought I put tile there. But we have a little kitchen area mixed into our living room, which again, I made like a makeshift sectional, which I thought was so fun with the way the pillows look. Yes, it clips a little bit, but I don't really care. I think it looks good. And I actually used these little tables from Lovestruck, and I sized one down to kind of do that. I don't know if you've ever seen that like architectural thing with the tables. I've never had a coffee table like that, but I've seen them. I swear. I swear. And I put the little like woohoo card game, and of course this is where like I imagine her friends sit. And my queen sits right here and like curiously like she like writes notes and watches like Love Island and probably has a TikTok page like dedicated to like reviewing every show, like recapping every episode. And so this is her queen chair right by her bar cart so she can drink her champagne or her mocktail, or for in my case like a little Diet Dr. Pepper moment out of a wine glass. And she is building a brand. She's doing it. Then we have her office, which is so beautiful. I love the way it came out. This is honestly what I want. I want a girl boss office like this with built-in shelves. I want the pink. I want my college degree that's in a dollar store frame. And here, look, here's my vision board, as you can see. I want it all. I want to be a girl boss. Then you come out here and there's like a little flower arranging table. And I use these stones, which are actually considered a rug from the Riviera Retreat Kit. And I made like a little path. I was worried it was going to look too like choppy, but once I added the terrain paint, I actually thought it looked pretty good. So there's another like little table and a grill and a telescope. If an asteroid's coming to strike down this cul-de-sac, everybody's going to see it coming. And then I put in a lot of garden pots because I feel like this queen loves to nourish things and see them grow. That's why she's a relationship guru. She's just the ultimate queen of queens. But overall, the house came out really good. I actually, like, think I have some camera angles set in. Oh, look at that. She's a true simmer. Oh, so beautiful. So gorge. There it is. Wow, amazing. And here we go. Can you believe that I did that? Incredible. But that is the entire build, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I worked really hard on it. And also, feel free to drop into my stream. I stream Mondays and Tuesdays on TikTok Live. I'm trying to get my Twitch schedule worked back in, but I work a lot and I'm not trying to burn myself out. But we do a lot of building there, we play with a lot of mods, we have a lot of fun, we talk a lot of shit, so come hang out with us, I would love that. And if you have not already, make sure you subscribe to that channel. You know I love when you do that. Don't forget to drink your water, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.